Last year, I met a retired teacher in Florida named Mrs. Helen. She told me she had not slept through the night in over 5 years. Every evening, she would go to bed at 10, but by midnight, she was up. Then again at 2. Then once more before dawn. She laughed sadly and said, "My nights feel like a train ride with too many stops. By morning, I am exhausted before the day even begins." Her story is not unusual. In fact, millions of older adults in both the United States and India quietly face the same struggle. They wake again and again to use the bathroom, often believing this is just what happens with age. But the constant interruptions slowly wear down the body. Memory becomes weaker. Balance grows unsteady. Even the heart feels more strain. Most people never connect these problems to broken sleep. Today, I am going to show you how one simple leaf used in traditional remedies and now backed by modern science can help calm the bladder, reduce those nighttime trips, and bring back deep, peaceful rest. It is not a miracle pill, but a gentle gift from nature that even surprised doctors. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching this video from, and what time is it right now? Leave a comment below. I can't wait to see your answers. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button. If not, just give it a like. It really helps this channel grow. Common causes of nighttime urination. As we grow older, one of the quiet changes inside the body is a drop in a hormone called vasopressin. This hormone helps the kidneys slow down urine production at night, allowing us to sleep without interruption. When levels of vasopressin fall after the age of 60, the kidneys no longer rest the way they once did. Instead, they continue filtering fluids at the same pace, and that means more urine is produced during the night. Many older adults do not realize this subtle shift is happening. They simply wake up 2 or 3 times thinking it is normal aging, when in fact it is a direct result of how hormones change with time. Another common reason is lifestyle and evening habits. For many seniors, dinner tends to be later in the evening, often followed by a cup of tea, coffee, or even a small bowl of soup. These choices may feel comforting, but they quietly add more fluid to the bladder at exactly the wrong time. Drinks with caffeine, such as coffee or black tea, also act as stimulants to the bladder, creating stronger urges, even when there is not much urine inside. Imagine finishing a warm cup at 8 o'clock, lying down at 10, and then waking up at midnight already needing the bathroom. It is not weakness. It is simply timing. Shifting most fluids to earlier in the day can make a meaningful difference. The bladder itself also changes with age. In younger years, it can comfortably hold close to 2 cups of fluid before sending an urgent signal. After 60, however, the bladder often becomes more sensitive and less flexible. That means it might feel full even when holding only half a cup. This is why many older adults wake up for small amounts that would never have bothered them before. It can feel frustrating and even embarrassing, but it is a natural part of how the body adapts over time. Finally, we must recognize the role of medical conditions and medications. Diabetes, high blood pressure, and prostate enlargement in men can all increase nighttime urination. Many seniors also take water pills or other medicines that push the kidneys to release more fluid. While these treatments are important, the side effects often show up at night. The good news is that by discussing these issues with a doctor, adjusting the timing of medications, and making small lifestyle changes, older adults can regain a sense of control. Nighttime urination is common, but it is not untouchable. With awareness and gentle adjustments, restful sleep is still within reach. The miracle leaf. For many older adults, the nights feel long and restless, broken into pieces by repeated trips to the bathroom. The search for relief often feels endless, but sometimes the answer is far simpler than expected. Today, let us look closely at one humble but powerful gift from nature, the olive leaf. At first glance, it may seem ordinary, just a thin green leaf from the same tree that produces olives and olive oil. Yet hidden within its fibers lies a set of healing properties that have been recognized for centuries. This leaf is now gaining renewed attention not only in traditional medicine, but also in modern clinical studies. For seniors who struggle with bladder discomfort, high blood sugar, or poor sleep, the olive leaf offers a gentle, natural form of support. The story of the olive leaf begins thousands of years ago in the Mediterranean, where olive trees stood at the center of daily life. Ancient healers used the leaves to brew teas that calmed fevers, soothed digestion, and restored strength after illness. In India, where Ayurveda shaped traditional practices, similar leaves from native plants were brewed to support urinary health and balance the body's internal rhythms. Families passed these remedies from one generation to the next, often without fully understanding the science but trusting the results they saw. Elders would sip a warm infusion of leaves before bed and awaken with more energy, lighter bodies, and calmer minds. This quiet wisdom has traveled across cultures, reminding us that sometimes the simplest remedies are the ones that endure through time. In recent decades, modern science has begun to catch up with what tradition always knew. Researchers discovered that olive leaves are rich in compounds called polyphenols, especially oleuropein. These natural chemicals act as antioxidants, reducing inflammation inside the body. For the bladder, this means less irritation and fewer false signals that trigger nighttime urgency. For the heart and blood vessels, it means improved circulation and lower stress on the system. Studies also show that oleuropein helps regulate blood sugar, offering extra protection for those living with diabetes or pre-diabetes. For many seniors, this is especially important because unstable blood sugar often makes nighttime urination worse. The connection is clear. By supporting the body at multiple levels, olive leaves create a healthier internal balance that reaches far beyond the bladder alone. The practical benefits are easy to imagine in daily life. A woman in Ohio, age 72, described how she felt trapped by her nighttime routine, walking to the bathroom 3 or 4 times every night. After trying olive leaf tea for 2 weeks, she noticed that her bladder no longer felt as jumpy. She still got up once but then slept through until morning, and her mood lifted simply because she could rest. In India, an older gentleman from Pune shared that he added a small cup of olive leaf infusion to his evening routine alongside his early dinner. Within days, he was calmer at night, his blood sugar readings were steadier, and his wife said he seemed more cheerful in the morning. These are not miracles. They are the natural effects of giving the body a tool it understands and welcomes. The olive leaf works by gently calming the nerves that signal the bladder, reducing unnecessary spasms and irritation. With less inflammation, the bladder holds more comfortably, and the mind is no longer tricked into waking for tiny amounts of urine. The result is not only longer stretches of sleep, but also deeper, more restorative rest. For seniors, this matters greatly. Restful sleep improves memory, reduces the risk of falls, and restores energy for daily life. The message is clear: while aging may bring new challenges, it does not mean surrendering to endless nights of broken rest. With simple, time-tested supports like olive leaves, older adults can regain control, protect their health, and greet each morning with a renewed sense of strength and hope. Real stories. One of the most powerful ways to understand the impact of olive leaf is through the experiences of real people. Take the story of Margaret, a 70-year-old retired librarian from Ohio. For nearly a decade, she woke up 3 times every night to use the bathroom. Each trip felt exhausting, and by morning she felt more worn down than refreshed. She worried about falling in the dark, and she often skipped social outings because she was too tired to enjoy them. A neighbor suggested she try a simple cup of olive leaf tea in the evening. Margaret was doubtful, but she gave it a chance. To her surprise, after only 10 days, she noticed a quiet but steady change. She still got up once, but instead of tossing and turning for hours, she returned to bed and slept until sunrise. She told her daughter, "I feel like I got a piece of my life back." For her, it was not just about fewer bathroom trips. It was about feeling rested, steady, and safe again. Across the world in Pune, India, an older gentleman named Ramesh had a similar story. At 68, he had grown used to restless nights, waking every 2 hours and starting each day in a fog of fatigue. His family worried because he often looked unsteady on his feet when walking to the bathroom in the dark. After hearing about olive leaf from a local wellness group, he decided to try it along with one small adjustment. He stopped drinking large amounts of water after 7 in the evening. Within a week, he noticed something remarkable. For the first time in years, he slept a full 6 hours without interruption. The relief showed in his face. He said, "I wake up and my legs feel strong. My mind feels clear. I thought this was impossible at my age." His wife joked that she could finally sleep soundly too, without worrying about him moving around at night. These stories are not isolated. In both the United States and India, groups of older adults who added olive leaf tea to their routines have reported similar experiences. They speak of feeling less anxious at night, less afraid of falling, and more refreshed when the morning light arrives. Some describe how their mood improved because they were no longer dreading bedtime. Others noticed that with better sleep, their blood pressure readings looked steadier and they had more energy to walk, garden, or play with grandchildren. Doctors caution that olive leaf is not a miracle cure and each person's results may vary. Yet the consistent theme is clear. With small natural changes like sipping a gentle tea or adjusting evening habits, older adults can reduce the burden of nighttime urination and reclaim the dignity of peaceful sleep. The lesson is both simple and hopeful. Aging does not mean surrendering to endless, restless nights. With patience and wise choices, the body can still respond, still heal, and still give back the gift of rest. How to use olive leaves. One of the simplest ways to enjoy the benefits of olive leaves is by preparing them as a warm evening tea. The process is not complicated and it can easily be done in the comfort of your own kitchen. Begin with 1 to 2 grams of dried olive leaves, which is roughly a small teaspoon. Place the leaves in a cup and pour about 8 ounces of hot water over them. Allow the tea to steep for 10 full minutes so that the natural compounds, including oleuropein, release gently into the water. The flavor is mild, slightly earthy, and can be enjoyed plain or with a touch of honey if you prefer. For seniors who may feel nervous about making a big change, this simple step offers a safe and gentle beginning. Timing, however, is just as important as preparation. Experts recommend that olive leaf tea be taken before 7 in the evening or at least 1 hour after dinner. Drinking it too late, especially close to bedtime, may add unnecessary liquid to the bladder and interrupt sleep. Think of it like dimming the lights in your home as night approaches. You want to signal the body that rest is coming. Many seniors in the United States find it works best as a quiet ritual around 6:30, often enjoyed while reading or listening to calming music. In India, some elders choose to sip their tea shortly after the evening meal, allowing digestion to settle while the body absorbs the calming benefits. When it comes to safe amounts, moderation is key. 1 cup each evening is usually enough to see gentle improvements. Some older adults prefer to start with half a cup to test how their body responds. Alongside the tea, small lifestyle choices can strengthen the results. Eating lightly in the evening, reducing salty foods, and keeping physically active with a short walk or simple stretches all support bladder health and deeper rest. Seniors often share that combining olive leaf tea with these habits feels empowering because it gives them back a sense of control over the nights. Instead of relying on medication alone, they can create a personal routine that honors both body and spirit. There are, however, important precautions to remember. Olive leaf can lower blood pressure and help regulate blood sugar. For older adults who already take medication for hypertension or diabetes, this can sometimes create an overlap. Doctors strongly advise checking with a healthcare provider before adding the tea to your daily routine. A short consultation ensures that the tea fits safely with your current treatment plan. One woman in Texas shared how she spoke with her doctor first, who adjusted the timing of her blood pressure medicine so she could still enjoy her nightly tea without worry. She said, "It feels good to know I can choose something natural but also be safe about it." The overall message is one of balance. Olive leaf tea is not a miracle cure, but it is a gentle, time-tested tool that can reduce nighttime trips and restore calmer sleep. By preparing it carefully, drinking it at the right time, combining it with healthy habits, and checking with a doctor when needed, older adults can safely enjoy its benefits. In doing so, they discover not just fewer bathroom visits, but also the quiet comfort of knowing they still have the power to shape their health. Supportive habits. Olive leaf tea can play an important role in calming the bladder, but its benefits are strongest when combined with simple daily habits. One of the most effective is paying attention to how and when you drink water. Older adults often forget to sip enough fluid during the morning and early afternoon, then try to catch up by drinking large amounts in the evening. This pattern forces the kidneys to work harder at night and fills the bladder at the very time you want to rest. A healthier approach is to drink most of your water between breakfast and mid-afternoon, slowly reducing the amount after 6 o'clock in the evening. Think of it as teaching the body a rhythm. By letting the kidneys complete most of their work before sunset, you give the bladder a chance to stay quiet while you sleep. Meal timing is equally important. Eating dinner early allows digestion to settle before bedtime, reducing pressure on the bladder. Soups, watery vegetables, and juicy fruits may seem light, but when eaten late in the evening, they act like hidden cups of liquid. Many seniors in the United States enjoy a bowl of soup at night thinking it will help them sleep, only to wake up several times later. The same happens in India with rasam or thin dal. Shifting these foods to lunchtime or early evening is a small but powerful change. A lighter dinner such as steamed vegetables, fish, or a small portion of rice reduces nighttime fluid load and supports a calmer bladder. Even the way you position your body in bed can make a difference. Sleeping flat on the back sometimes places more pressure on the bladder, creating false signals of urgency. Specialists recommend lying on your side with a pillow tucked between your knees. This posture reduces strain on the lower abdomen, supports digestion, and encourages steady circulation. Many older adults who made this change noticed they slept longer without interruption. A woman from Michigan once shared that placing a small cushion under her knees gave her the longest stretch of sleep she had enjoyed in years. Morning movement is another habit that quietly improves nighttime rest. During the day, fluid tends to collect in the lower legs. When you lie down at night, that fluid moves back toward the kidneys, increasing urine production just when the body is trying to sleep. A 10-minute walk in the morning sun, simple stretches, or even rotating your ankles while sitting in a chair helps release this fluid earlier. One man in Pune described how his daily habit of walking to the local market gave him not only fresher produce but also 6 straight hours of rest each night. Finally, stress plays a hidden role in nighttime urination. When the mind is tense, the bladder nerves become more sensitive and send signals even when only a small amount of urine is present. Simple breathing exercises, soft music or prayer before bed can calm the nervous system and reduce false alarms. These quiet rituals do more than help the bladder, they bring peace to the heart and mind. Together, these supportive habits remind us that aging does not mean losing control. With thoughtful choices, you can guide your body toward balance, reduce nighttime disruptions, and wake each morning with a steady confidence that better days are still within reach. Common misunderstandings. One of the most common misunderstandings among older adults is the belief that drinking less water throughout the day will reduce nighttime bathroom trips. At first, this seems logical. If less liquid goes in, then less liquid should come out. But the body works differently, and cutting back on water can actually backfire. When you do not drink enough, the urine becomes more concentrated, irritating the bladder and making the urge to urinate even stronger. Dehydration also puts unnecessary stress on the kidneys, which are already more sensitive with age. Many seniors in both America and India quietly carry this habit, sipping only a few small glasses each day, only to discover that they still wake up often at night and feel weaker during the day. A better approach is to drink steadily from morning until mid-afternoon, giving the body hydration when it needs it most. Another widespread misunderstanding is the idea that frequent nighttime urination is only a men's problem, usually linked to the prostate. While it is true that prostate enlargement can disturb sleep, women face this issue just as often. After menopause, hormonal changes reduce bladder flexibility, making it more sensitive and less able to hold fluid. Many older women silently accept these changes, blaming themselves or thinking it is unusual, when in reality it is a natural and common challenge. The emotional weight can be heavy, especially for women who feel embarrassed to speak about bladder problems. Yet, once they learn that this is not just a man's issue, they feel relief and confidence to ask for help. The truth is that bladder health affects both men and women, and solutions such as adjusting habits, sipping olive leaf tea, or improving sleep posture can support everyone. A final and potentially dangerous misunderstanding is the belief that sleeping pills will solve nighttime urination. Many seniors assume that if they can simply stay asleep, they will no longer wake to use the bathroom. But sedatives and strong sleep aids come with hidden risks. They may make you less aware of the bladder's signals, but they do not stop the bladder from filling. As a result, some older adults wake up, suddenly rush to the bathroom in a drowsy state, and experience dangerous falls. Long-term use of these medications has also been linked to memory decline, confusion, and slower reflexes, which increase the risk of accidents. A man in California once shared how he fell in the bathroom at 2 in the morning after taking a pill, breaking his hip, and spending months in recovery. His story is a reminder that the quick fix can often cause more harm than the problem itself. The encouraging message is that none of these misunderstandings define your future. By staying hydrated at the right times, recognizing that both men and women can face bladder sensitivity, and avoiding reliance on sleep pills, you can take safer, smarter steps. Olive leaf tea, lighter dinners, gentle exercise, and mindful stress relief are practical tools that protect your nights without hidden dangers. Aging brings challenges, yes, but with awareness and small adjustments, your body can still rest deeply, safely, and peacefully. The full benefits of restful sleep. When the brain receives deep, uninterrupted rest, memory becomes sharper and thinking feels clearer. During the night, your mind organizes the day's experiences, storing important details and letting